always. Happy
But we don't have brown people here, though. We got a yellow man and somebody who says that they're brown, but they're clearly white.
Oh, there you go.
Motherfucker, I'm caramel.
Yeah, I could see origami being caramel. Would you guys say caramel or caramel? It's important.
Caramel.
Caramel.
So do
Yeah,
I
it
normally
depends
say.
on-
I say caramel as well.
I do
I'm from
both. Depends on how I'm speaking, like how the sentence is structured.
I'm from New York, so it's caramel.
Caramel. Makes it very French, doesn't it?
So, do you say soda or pop in New York?
Soda, man.
I say Coke.
Soda. We say pop here on
I
the
say
west
give me a
side.
Coke. I do say pop though, yeah.
Well, if you really want to fuck with somebody, you call it Podosop.
Podosop. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, Podosop.
Hmm.
Just swap in the first letters. You just really fuck with them. It's like their brain takes a few seconds to reconfigure.
Not bad. All right, so our party has rounded themselves up at the general store, or not the general store. Sorry, the inn.
The bar slash
Right, the
inn.
bar, which is also the inn. And do we want to hand wave the meeting of the owner, or do we want to talk to the owner? What's our sort of what kind of a rush are we in? Are we in sort of like a just give us the rooms, or do we want to converse with this man?
Well, Sarah, why
what
don't
time of
you
night is
talk
it?
with him since you're pretty good at talking to people?
Yeah, but what type of night is it?
You
Is
can't
it
have the
like,
DM interact with the NPC. That's just
That'd be
metagaming on a
pretty-
whole new level.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
But is it like 11:30 at night, or is it just like 10? Like,
I'd say about like 11, so in the middle of that. You know what I mean? But that said, he does run a bar, and bars are open quite late.
yeah, the bars are usually open to like fucking 2.
Not that you're really supposed to be drinking too much. It's a coffee shop.
Yeah. It's a coffee shop that also sells, what is it? Church wine.
Yeah, there you go.
Take me to church.
Alright, so there's a
Go to church, get smashed as fuck. Best
Dude,
sermon
that
ever.
would actually be pretty lit.
Well, it'd be a way to bring people in.
that's yeah, you're not wrong. So are
Prohibition.
we
Suddenly we had a whole hell of a lot more Christians.
I would be curious actually if that was a thing.
You just
Because
gotta wait for a bad economy.
Prohibition was pushed by
there was-
Christians though.
There was some companies that kind of took advantage of that for like how to have people make wine. They sold like concentrated grape, like grape concentrate. It's like, so whatever you do not take this, put it in a bucket with sugar and yeast, and then wait whatever, like 12 days.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
Yeah, because the like the highest like states forcing prohibition were places like the South, which were very Christian. So curious. Anyway, you step in and there's this sort of African American gentleman manning the counter, and you can tell he looks like those guys who kept himself in good shape but prematurely balding. So he sort of looks up at you guys and is like, well, how can I help you strangers?
Now, see, I figured you were going to go a lot more racist with that because it's the South in the 1930s.
No.
Or in Louisiana, like...
Yeah, Louisiana, I know. Believe me.
We're in the belt right there.
You guys haven't seen what I planned for you next.
Y'all honkies ain't seen nothing yet. Shit.
It's like, yeah, see the movie Red State? It's gonna be a lot like that.
So,
So,
what can you do
we
you
need...
for?
Well, we're in need of lodging accommodations. How many rooms do you have available for the night?
He sort of checks with his ledger, looks up, and he's like, Well, I got 5 rooms. How many of you guys are there? Technically 6 if we count Herpes.
So we
You can
could
take
do
your
like... Yeah, we could do like 3?
And just double up, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you guys
Yeah,
are comfortable with sleeping together.
Yeah,
Oh,
since
boy.
we just met each other on the boat.
Well, I mean, it would depend on like the size of bed as well. Because if we're talking about just like a full, yeah, it'd be a little bit tight. But if we're talking about like a queen,
Yeah, I'll say it's at like in each room there's like two like singles though, like really small beds.
that could work.
Yeah, because that kind of makes sense. Like it's a smaller place; they're trying to cram people in.
Hmm. Well, 2 beds and a couch.
I think just 2 beds probably. These rooms are pretty tight.
1 bed, 1 couch. Gotta make do.
Yeah, I mean we could do that. Yeah. So we're getting 3 rooms.
I mean, I'm fine with 3 rooms. What about the rest of you? How buddy to you?
I don't care.
Getting my own room.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay, so we need
4.
4 rooms. Then.
Yeah. And how are you boys paying? Well, boys, I suppose you're a lady and you're the one doing the talking. So, and how are you paying, ma'am?
Well, since a few of us seem to want their own rooms, I'll be paying for theirs.
That's exactly what I planned.
That's fair, you know.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right, so he sorts out the details. You guys pay, and you head on up to your rooms. And I'm gonna make the assumption we're just probably going to bed, right? Like we're tired.
I'd like to search my room first.
Okay. Just for anything in particular?
Anything out of the ordinary. I mean, something's not quite right in this area. And I want to know if it's confined just to the mansion or if it's something that's more of something like, for example, any strange literature or if things look like they've been moved out of position lately. Because again, with most inns, hotels, etc.,
Mhm.
things tend to stay in one position for a great deal of time. There's not a lot of turnover for the designs of the room. But if something's been recently moved out of position, you'll notice there'll be marks on the carpet where a chair's legs would sit or where the bed would be up against the wall.
Sure.
The wall is a different color, or for example, if the phone's been fiddled with, you'll always notice that there's now like there's a bit of an overlap between a lighter and darker gray stain to the wood from
Yeah.
where the light's hitting it from the window, stuff like that.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give me a perception then. See if we can find anything out of the ordinary.
Make sure that ticking is coming from the clock and not like the fucking bedboard.
Yeah.
You fell into my trap. It's actually a ticking bomb.
Everything in your room seems to be A-okay.
Absolutely, and I go straight to bed. I am
Yeah.
so glad I got the
Hmm.
first shitty roll out of the way in the first one.
Yeah.
In the relatively harmless location, asterisk.
Okay, I will say though, you do manage to find a
The
Bible.
bed.
No, there's just a small Bible in the room.
Can I talk to the innkeeper?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. So you come down afterwards and
Zelphus,
it's like,
don't read the Bible. It's actually the fucking Necronomicon.
You question the
I
word
can just
of my
imagine turning it
Jesus.
over, and it's just like,
Yeah.
what is that one group that always goes to every hotel and leaves the Bibles in
Mormons?
dust?
I'm not sure. There could be a lot of people, honestly. But yeah, anyway, there's like a little Bible there.
Just turn it over, and it's like first edition for that group. You're like, God, this is where it starts.
Anyway, so you come down the steps, and he looks up at you, and he's like, "Can I help you, Mr. Looks on his ledger, Clawberg?"
Yes, I would like to talk to you about the Nowalski residence.
Oh, I can't say I know them well myself. My grandma spoke to them a lot more than I did, and she's passed. But I do remember some things she mentioned. What about are you interested in?
Just kind of the history of the place and if anything's been going on there recently.
Well, I mean, most recently, I think most folk around here know the local magician Zaranowski. Paul.
Yes, we're here for
Paul
his
something. Peter.
funeral.
Oh, so you knew him. Well, he took over the place right about 4 years ago, something like that. Fired a lot of the old servants. They weren't really needed. I think he kept a butler around, but that's about it. For him, though, there was that couple living there, Ignacy and Annetta, I think.
And do you know them very well?
No, again, they were before my time a little bit. They would have been in that house for over 40 years.
Alright, well, thank you very much. I think I'll go to bed now.
No problem. If I think of anything, I'll let you know in the morning.
Thank you.
Is anyone else searching their rooms? Or do we just have one
yeah.
paranoid fellow?
I'll try.
Cool. I'm not saying there will be anything there. I'm just saying Selphus
Hey,
is
if anyone here's ever been stiffed by a hotel room, you get there, it's like, where are
Oh,
the
I
clean
missed it
sheets?
by
And there's
one.
nothing.
Yeah.
I missed it by
Alright.
one.
Oh.
Damn it.
I'll try as well, just because. Nope, I missed. But after that, though,
Ooh,
whoever
I
else
see
doesn't
something.
want
Should I
After.
roll?
it. Sure. But after we're done with the rooms, I want to go talk to the hotel keep as well.
Oh, okay.
I searched my rooms for like a spare dollar, like a coin somewhere.
Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Well, so
Check underneath the bed.
only Origami managed to find something. Sorry, Sarah was Bard's character, you are Lillian,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, I'm Lillian Archer.
So, Lillian, presumably while Sarah's in the room, I assume the two girls are bunking.
Mhm.
Okay. Is sort of looting through. There's not a whole lot. There's like a small little end table, and there's the bed itself, and just sort of fluffing everything. But opening the end table, there is some sort of bird's foot, probably a crow's foot potentially, but it's a little larger in size and black in color.
Can I roll my occult?
Oh yeah, go for it.
Whoa! Pass.
Okay, well, you recognize crow's foot being used in a fair number of sort of like Native American people would use crow's foot as a sort of a bad omen. It was also a protective charm for voodoo.
Ooh. Hmm. I pocket the crow's foot.
You remind
Okay.
me of the babe.
The babe with the power? What power? Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say you head down. He it looks like the innkeeper was heading to bed as he was starting to turn all the lights off because he figured nobody else would be coming in this time of night. And he sees you coming down. He's like,
Just son of a bitch.
yeah. He's like, oh, Miss Archer, I was just about to head to bed. What can I help you with?
Well, I had a couple of questions regarding Mr. Zaranowski,
Sure.
if you have the time.
Yeah. I believe Zaranowski was his stage name. Paul. Peter Paul, 1 and 2 is his actual name.
Paul Allen.
Yes. Well, speaking of Paul, Peter, what have you, I'm not all too familiar with him, and I asked around a little bit earlier, and I was told that he, shall we say, met his end outside of your establishment. Do you have any real words to put to that? Because the newspaper was rather vague.
He sort of furrows his brow and he's like, I'm not quite sure what you're implying there, ma'am, and as someone who's coming to see his funeral, I thought you'd be close enough to know a little bit more about him yourself.
He was a family friend. I never met him personally.
I see. Well, let's just say some powerful folk around here wouldn't like us talking too much about the incident. If, perhaps if I was offered a little recompense, if you will, I may be able to remember a few things. Think of it as a security deposit.
Well, it depends on what type of deposit we need to adjust your disposition.
Well, let's just say if your room was a little more expensive than usual.
I could look into buying better accommodations. Yeah, I could see. Dig through my. I mean, what's 1930? So I mean,
1930s.
$20. Like,
So, well, like a 5 would be like a 20, something like that, I think.
yeah. So if I gave him like a $20 bill, then
It's basically like
talk-
$100 or something like that.
yeah, like 100, 120, something like that.
Yeah, so he's like, he does like a little whistle, and he sort of pockets it, and he's like, well, I'm not sure how well you know Shreveport, but there's a slight mob presence in town. Seems that when the flooding started, the United States government decided that maybe Louisiana wasn't the most important of its states to look after, as much of it was lost. So a lot of the police and stuff like that moved out of the state, and well, that paved way for a little bit more criminal activity.
Now, if I was to go, say, on some flight of fancy and look for the external presences influencing the town, where all would they be located? Would it be looking out by the docks, or are they more local, one of the buildings around here?
Well, you could probably find some of the docks, but if you were looking for a concentration, you might want to try the general store.
Yeah, all right. Then I'll leave you to go to bed then, and I'll see you in the morning.
Oh, good night, Miss Archer.
Mm-hmm.
And he, finishes clicking off the last light, and he heads to another room.
Wait, but I'm Archer.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Miss Connor.
O'Connor.
O'Connor. All right.
Okay.
So we're all heading to bed. Origami is, engaging in a little bit of recreational. It's medicinal.
I have a prescription. That's just a piece of paper that says I do what I want.
That's just a paper that says I'm crazy on it. Yeah.
So I just take a bit and I just get comfortable and doze off.
Okay. And the rest of you, I assume, have no trouble falling asleep, right?
Yep.
Well, I want to look out the window for a bit, depending on what side of the hotel I'm situated on, but look out towards the main street, down towards the general store.
Oh, I suppose we could do this. Sorry about that. A little easier. So yeah, you look on down towards general store. Occasionally you see, a few men here or there moving in and out. But for the most part, it's pretty hard to see because the street lights go out,
Mm-hmm.
Either way, as you all start drifting off to sleep, Origami's character sees something out of the corner of his eye. A shadow moving across the room.
It's a fucking garage.
I ignore it.
You ignore it? Alright. This shadow gets much, much larger, and it almost wraps around you. It feels like it's tightening against you. and
Way to go.
you slowly start falling asleep.
It's touching your butt.
Yeah.
This is not what we're bringing to Call of Cthulhu.
You all
I-
have troubled
Oh.
dreams. Your dreams are of water, rain, and sort of odd words resonating over and over. And you feel a pain in your gut or your chest. When you wake up in the morning, you all have the exact same dream, I should mention. But when you wake up in the morning, all of you are feeling a pain in your body. And,
Can you tell me where it's located?
okay, everyone go ahead and... Nah, we're not going to roll for that. I'll just go down the list.
It's my body. Come on, I should know. It hurts here.
Oh, no, I know. I was going to say...
Oh no, that's the tibia. Wrong.
Oh, no.
Wrong. That's the radius, you fuck.
Yeah, no, that's not what the rolling...
Tell me more, DM.
The rolling was more of like a RNG thing. If you guys do want to roll intelligence, though, you may be able to remember intelligence or power. Either would work. But you may be able to remember
D20
something
or-
from your dream. No, D100. Power is
I'm
a
sorry.
D100.
Power or int? You said?
Yeah, whichever you feel.
Well, I passed either one, so
Cool.
The bloody shit was it wasn't
Ooh.
very.
I'd say
Oh,
that's
man.
a pretty
Wow.
good roll.
So you guys
Hey!
are all
Hey, high
remembering
five,
words.
bud.
I did some thinking.
So
What I'm going to do is I'm going to double dose. I'm going to take my.
Double fisting it today. Going hard.
I just take.
can my character
double
also
dose.
be smoking a cigarette since I just woke up and all
sure,
that?
yeah. Light up a cigarette,
bake.
trying to calm yourself. You notice when you light up your cigarette, you take a long drag in, and the pain in your chest like gets much more powerful, and it's almost as if nothing you inhaled went in. Like you're just coughing the whole cigarette up. That said, these are the 3 words you all remember because you all passed. The only words you could sort of make out and remember.
So
Hold on while I
there's
write
no
that
ya
down.
Cthulhu Fatong.
No,
Stop
no.
that shit.
So the first word it's
We are right next to the water.
it's pronounced Ker, and then Simbi and Loa are your 3 words. Either way, so Rudy, yeah, you feel this like stinging, sort of like a pang in like your lung area. Zelfis, your stomach. Origami, sort of.
I never rolled.
Sorry.
I never rolled. I just took several months of my medication.
Oh, so you don't feel
I'm
the pain anymore?
No, I'm kind of tripping, so
Oh, okay, fair. Okay, I won't tell you where you feel your pain then.
I feel my pain everywhere.
Yeah. But borrowed, your liver seems to hurt, and as for you, it's Norman, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that. Norman, your kidneys.
Liver
Throw
Damn.
it all together, we've
Well,
got
that's
the name of
normal.
the whole human.
Well, yeah. I suppose you could.
By your powers combined.
You are dying, man.
I am.
Yes.
All right. So, what
How are
kind
y'all
of again?
gathering up?
My character is 30 years old. He's probably been through some things.
Yeah.
Is this more of like a I've been having a bad night of drinking? Is this a I've had something that didn't agree with me to eat, or is this something like an I'm actually in pain and it's a new pain I've never experienced before?
It is a fairly sharp stabbing. I mean, you've probably felt similar things, but yeah, it's fairly sharp. That said, it dissipates in about 5 minutes.
After which, I'm going to open the window and have a smoke on the cigar I brought with me.
Fair enough, yeah.
I will light up too to get rid of that pain. It's medicine.
Well, that's good. All right. Only Rudy was unfortunately unable to get his daily dose of nicotine and or other words.
Nope, it's just a nicotine.
Yeah. Well,
Bear in mind, I'm only going to be smoking about probably a quarter of this, and I'll tamp it out and stow it again.
true cigar. Like going through a whole cigar in the morning would probably be rough.
Damn.
That
Very
yeah,
light.
just fucking wake up, just. All right,
This is my breakfast.
Oh, that
a
would hurt.
cigar
Hey,
and
look.
2 fucking fingers of whiskey. Let's go.
Hey,
Where's
whatever my problems, that is not one of them.
I gotta go to my shitty paper job. Write about Spider-Man.
Please tell me at one point in this game there's going to be a character named Parker, and he's going to be like, "God damn it, Parker!"
Well, we already have Constable Harker, so not far off.
Oh, this just gets
Damn it,
better.
Harker.
Damn it, Harker! I want pictures of dead people.
Who are you?
All right, so
Are we gathering in the hall, or?
yeah, I assume you all meet up downstairs.
I'm eating breakfast. Fuck that.
God, didn't you guys feel that this morning? Maybe something in the water.
I woke up with a terrible pain in my stomach.
I don't remember what the pain was, but I explained
Rise from your grave.
Oh man,
it's
speak
a
of the dead.
Strangely accurate.
Mhm.
I'm on my phone right now.
So
Maybe-
borrowed had nothing to contribute to the find the pain.
Well, I mean, my person's been an alcoholic since they were like 16, so liver pain is pretty normal for the
Yeah,
mornings.
nothing out of the ordinary for you. Yeah.
No, like I said, I'm downstairs having fucking breakfast. Like, just whatever.
What a trooper.
Well, the sorry.
I was gonna say some nice cup of hard A in the morning.
Yeah.
With their pancakes.
Yeah, exactly. So is that syrup? Sure.
Sure.
It's an organic substance, yes.
190 proof syrup. Yeah.
Best idea ever.
So
this can't possibly backfire.
the innkeeper is gonna beckon over to Michael, and when he gets over, he's gonna say, "Well, I was doing some looking into it. The Nowakowskis, from what I recall, Polish family came here. The Ignacy was actually quite the magician himself. I remember reading about that.
Yeah.
Don't know if that helps you much, but that's all I could come up with.
Oh. Oh, thank you so much. Anything helps at this point.
Ocean.
I'll just walk over and join Sarah for breakfast.
What did Rubble just say there? Ocean man?
Ocean Man, no.
Take me by the hand? Take me to the land?
I did
No?
not say Ocean Man. I know slightly of the song you speak of, but not much, sorry. Couldn't quote the rest of it.
Alright. Well,
Back
anybody else
to
gonna have
the-
breakfast? Or is it just me?
Oh, no.
I'll have breakfast.
My character is just freshening up.
Wait,
Basically,
Zelphus, what?
clearing cold sweat off.
Now is not the time,
Definitely
Herb, if we're playing
having
something right now.
breakfast.
Anyhow, what's on offer for the food there, man?
Sausages, eggs, pancakes.
All
Maybe
right,
some bacon.
pancakes and some orange juice.
Cool.
Oh, you guys are in right now. I might launch Roll20 then in a sec. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Herb.
Didn't know that. Sorry.
Get the fuck in here, you fucking nerd.
Yeah, come join us for breakfast.
Yeah,
Yes. I'll be back in like 10 minutes.
sure. So the actually the innkeeper's sort of, you see him talking on the phone for a little, and he hangs up, comes over to your table. He says, "Well, if you guys are still curious about the Nowakowskis, I was just on the phone this morning, reminded me. You know David McBirch? No?
I look
Can't
at
say
him
name rings a
blankly.
bell.
Well, he owns a bookstore in town. Sells a lot of stuff. He's been here for years and years and years. A friend of my grandma when she was around. You know, and I was talking to him on the phone there, and I was thinking, if somebody was to know something about the Nowakowskis, it'd probably be him. I know he had a lot of business with your Zaranowski fella.
Might be
Sure.
a good place to look.
Yeah, we'll go take a look there. Thank you so much.
No problem. He, sort of tidies off your table and
Hurries
looks-
us out the door.
Not quite, but yeah. Either way.
Well, I'm gonna hand him like an extra 5 and say, hold the room. I might be back again tonight.
Oh, okay. He looks quite surprised by that. He's like, "Well, tell you what, I'll hold it, but if you go snooping around the general store, might not need to hold that room."
Ah, speaking of, is there a casket maker in town?
Well, yeah. He's like, "Well, Father Roger handles most of the funeral processions around here."
What a name.
Yeah. Would you like to get Rogered with Father? What?
Father Roger.
Roger. Alright.
Okay, why are you rolling there, Rudy?
I dropped my mouse
Oh, yeah, I was like, fine.
because
with
I'm
it.
a retard.
I was just curious. Thought you were doing the big play.
Nope. Not yet.
He's rolling to intimidate him to get more information.
Yeah.
Can I go to the mansion? Or out where everyone? I don't know what everyone's doing, but I'm going to the mansion.
Where are you going? Sorry? The H?
Oh, we're gonna go see the
The house.
Can I ask him
Oh.
what mob's in town?
Oh, yeah.
What kind of influences we're looking at?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I never picked a mob yet, so
Oh, okay. Well, you'd probably not be from these guys.
well, of course, but
Yeah, but
that was really a note to myself. But
oh, okay. He's like, yeah, well, not that their presence is still around, but back in the day, there used to be the New Orleans Partnership. If someone like me was guessing, I'd say there are upwards of 60 members. And that's just the full boys. I mean, there could be like 200, 300, 500 associates they have. They're quite big around the South here.
What background? The Italians?
Italians, yeah. I believe the guy who owns the whole thing goes by I'm sorry. Camisano? Camisano would be his family name.
All right. Well, if everybody else is going to go to the mansion, I want to go to the church.
No,
Okay.
I'm going to mention. I don't know what
I was gonna say I want to go to the church.
Okay, so Origami's off to the mansion. So we'll do a little bit of stuff at the church, and then we'll start with Origami. He'd get there first, but then we'll just see what he's up to, and you guys can have your conversation at the church.
Where is the church on the map?
It's the
Pink.
pink building.
Okay.
So Origami,
Where are we at right now?
Or orange.
the orange
Orange.
building, yeah.
Okay. What was the place the innkeeper is talking about again?
Which one? The general store or sorry?
No, the general store. He's mentioning someone older in town, like a librarian or something.
Oh yeah, where's the library?
Oh, yeah, that's this building right here.
Ah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
just-
What's the big piece of crap between?
Oh,
the
it's a
mansion and the
graveyard.
library? Why is the graveyard not next to the church?
yes.
Okay.
Because have you ever had to deal with the municipality?
Well, I can actually answer that, but you can ask the preacher that yourself, just so we don't have the in character out of character discrepancy problem. But yeah,
Kicks up the front door. Father, what the fuck?
there is a
Just
reason.
imagine that.
Yeah.
A discussion between two people, all of a sudden, out of the clouds, just a voice. Because I said so.
Morgan Freeman.
Oh God, if it was more, that would be great. Because I said so.
I can't do Morgan Freeman. I'm sorry. I would have.
But technically, he is a god.
Yeah, he's been that before.
That rich molasses.
Mm, like rolling balls round under your tongue.
Context?
I'm pretty sure that's how you do the Morgan Freeman voice. I don't know. Anyway, so Origami, what's your plan at the mansion as of current?
So far, I'm checking around outside again, just doing a double take.
Okay. Well, you're going to be outside for a while, and then you're going to hear a scuffle. Sort of a yelling and talking near the gate. All right. Yeah. So give me a perception check to see if you overhear that.
All right.
Well,
Ooh, I got
Origami, you
nothing.
can do it.
Nope.
Okay. Well, you just hear a commotion outside. We're gonna pop
Alright,
over.
so
Sorry?
I take my revolver and put it in my jacket.
Okay. So just describe to me where you are in the mansion or in the shed or whatever.
Well, checking like behind the well.
Okay. So
close
you're
to
around the
generator.
back. Yeah.
Mhm.
So you're
So
hearing
on the
this.
front of his ears, like just distant, like you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you're hearing this coming from like the gate area, this commotion. And so as you sort of approach, you're like scooching up behind here. Let's take a little trip together. Everyone on the bus. Here we go. So Origami, you're like right here, scooching around the back,
Mhm.
and you're hearing this commotion coming from about here. And as you're scooching around, I'm gonna give you one more perception check before shit happens.
Children, watch the scooching.
Perception-
Watch, yeah, scooching.
Perception 60, I pass.
Wow. Yeah, nice.
Wow.
Okay, well, you hear a bottle crash against the house.
My beer.
What did the character suddenly turn to Hank Hill?
Hmm. Can I go like around the corner
Yep.
and see who threw it?
And do the creep.
Okay. Well, do you have the sneak skill or stealth or whatever I called it?
I have
Oh,
stealth
you got fucking
80.
80. Holy shit. Solid
did it.
snaking. So you creep around the corner.
69.
You see two men, more tanned skin. Holy shit. Someone get shot?
Yep.
That was terrifying.
That was
Your
terrifying.
Well,
mic's
that's-
open. Whoever's doing
That's
that.
Herpy, I
Herpy.
think. Yeah.
Herbie.
Okay, so you hear anyway, you see these two men. They're,
How's this now?
Jesus
that-
fuck.
it's
Are
not
you in
bad.
an echo chamber?
I gotta turn you down though, but aside from that, yeah, it's okay.
Is this laptop mic?
Yeah.
This is actually the headset mic. I don't
No,
know.
my
it-
God.
It sounds like you are standing in a room that has wood floor, wood walls, and a wood ceiling, and like you're just standing in the dead center with no furniture.
Yeah, like
Yep.
echo chamber.
How about this?
Yeah, that's pretty good. Anyone else think that's fine?
That's
No,
fine. I
it's
just boost the
okay.
voice.
Also,
up.
there's a goddamn cat back outside. I'm gonna kill somebody for letting him out.
Anyway, so Origami, you are
Remember, that's
staring
a felony.
at two sort of
Only if you get caught.
20 to 30 aged men, a little bit more tan skin, and they
That's racist.
yeah, well, no, not like dark, like
That rich molasses.
yeah. No, but one of them has already thrown, and the second is lighting another Molotov, throwing it at the front of the manor.
Hmm.
The manor's made out of brick. They're fucking retarded.
Hey,
Hmm.
calm down. You can
I
still
don't-
immersion.
you can set fire to the inside of a manor.
I take my
Not if the door
revolver.
wasn't open. No.
You can set fire to the door.
I take my revolver.
Right.
I aim up in the sky and shoot it. I'm screaming, "Hey!"
Okay. Well, both of them see you, and
Saying,
what what is your character wearing?
And basically
Naked
trench
from the
coats.
waist down.
Basically, some kind of like trench coat or.
You are wearing like a trench coat.
But they see my gun pointing at them, so they shot the air and just aiming at them.
Okay.
I don't think I have a view of the map. Did you send a second link by any chance or no?
It's actually in D20.
Yeah. Here, I'll try resetting her
There we
view.
go. Yeah, that worked.
Okay. So we're here though. Anyway, so the
Roll
two
T100 for where that bullet lands.
yeah. Do you
So
wanna shout anything at them, or are you just gonna fire and then point?
We're actually in the manor right now.
With just
fire
origami.
a point, and as they're directing the view at me, I say, "Don't you try it."
Okay. Give me
Try
a
me, motherfucker! I fucking dare you.
give me a persuade roll here. Yeah. Okay.
Just shoot him.
So both of them actually just like they sort of like look like deer in headlights, and they're like, "Oh shit, it's the cops!" type of thing, right? And they take off.
Mm.
So you didn't manage to keep him for questioning, but you did manage to save it. There is a small fire currently on the front steps. Nothing too major right now.
Is there anyone else there besides Origami?
No, just
Did they-
origami.
Did they drop like the Molotov? Like, did it like fell and then burst, or did they just ran with it?
Okay, so the first one burst. We'll say they dropped the second Molotov, but it's not lit.
Mm.
Too bad Bob's not here. That's free alcohol.
Yeah.
It's also evidence that you can use to find out the identities of people
That was-
responsible.
That was my second guess. I was going to take it, but like
Your
at
first
the,
impulse was to drink it, Origami? What the shit?
no, I said I was going to take it.
Yeah.
Take it.
Make sure you wear gloves while you're doing it.
No, I'm going to take it from the top of the bottle
Okay.
and just hold it from there.
Okay. And then you're heading to the police station, or are you going to stick around the manor?
I'm gonna wait for like a few minutes. So basically, my turn's over.
Okay. So we'll pop over to everyone over at the church. So you guys have arrived at the church now.
The Church of Latter-day Devils.
Okay, so what actually happened was it was taking input from both my headset and my.
Oh, okay. That's weird. So you've arrived at the Church of St. Mary's Cross or whatever the fuck.
Or whatever the fuck. I like that's a good church name.
Don't say
The
that.
Church of or whatever the fuck.
The Church of St. Mary's Cross. That's the church name. I wrote it. It's official. So you've arrived there, and doors are shut and everything. But obviously, you could knock. First thing you're gonna notice, this is a new-looking building. The rest of the town looks quite old. This is fairly new looking. It's lacking some of the old Gothic architecture you used to get. Architecture? I'm sure that's
Words.
2 words put together, architecture and structure, but it's fine.
So it's more modern, though. It's not very Gothic. It doesn't have like the huge arches and shit.
It looks like somebody tried to do that, but yeah. It's
Sorry, I
definitely
need to
not.
break immersion real quickly for a moment. Does this sound weird, different from when I'm talking with this, or does it sound exactly the same?
It sounded like you did
Sounds
2
like
minutes
a lot.
ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'll just mute this mic then.
Okay.
Because it won't let me use both. It won't let me use only one, so I'll just mute one.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
I'll be right back.
Sure. So, what are we? Oh, was that a knock on the door?
Oh,
I
that's
think
the
that was
chair.
Rudy's chair.
Oh,
On my
okay.
chair.
I thought someone was like really in character knocking on the door for the church.
Yeah, but so we definitely shouldn't pound on the door yelling "Sanctuary."
Yeah.
Musical number in 5, 4.
Yes, Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Turvy.
Okay, but actually, like in character though, yeah. I mean, knock on the damn thing.
Okay.
I guess I shouldn't say "damn" near a church.
Yeah, probably not. You see,
Unless you want to get smacked by a nun.
probably like a 40-something gentleman.
She's having none of that.
Oh, jeez. Maybe late 40s. Guy comes out. His hair is like super gray, and his face looks like someone who's been out in the sun far too long. He's very
Fucking beef jerky.
Yeah. Says, well, I already did that kind of a voice. What kind of a voice do I do? Preacher like, eh?
Well, you
Yes.
said he's only his 40s, so you can do an old man.
Yeah. I could do my child.
Yes.
My
So what I
children.
missed.
Yeah. All right.
You missed
Welcome,
the
wanderers, to the Church of St. Mary's Cross.
Perfect.
How can the Lord help you today?
Well, could the Lord tell us of when the memorial for Zaranowski is being held?
Zaranowski was a sinner, and I'm afraid we will not be carrying out a memorial for him in our church. He will be buried like the rest.
No cremation,
How-
then?
No, in fact, I strongly was hoping we could cremate him to save room. Our graveyard, unfortunately, is not as large as it used to be with the deaths we've had in many years. But the police said that his will did instruct that his body was to be sent back to his house.
Embalmed first, I assume? Is it going to be entombed within the house? Buried on the lot? Was it specify anything beyond that?
Now, as far as I know, he's hired some other folk to handle that. We're just putting the body in the coffin. In fact, we should be done so now. Let me check with Brother Jeremy. He wanders off, comes back a little bit later, and he's like, the body's already gone, so...
Uh-oh.
Borrowed, be an interrogator. This is your time to shine. We need information as to why things are happening in this way.
Body parts hurts.
I mean, your guys' body parts hurt. I'm fine.
Body parts hurt. Missing body. Rise from your grave.
Why is from your
Wise
Oh,
from
you know what?
your grave.
Could we all stop? There's enough zombies right now. We don't need any more rising from any graves. And you're near a freaking graveyard by yourself. Do not start summoning zombies.
But we also are on hallowed ground.
Yep.
Oh, that's true.
What if
And I
they're
do have
holy?
a
No, I'm just kidding.
I do have a talisman on me.
A voodoo
But that's
talisman.
native.
I want to believe he waves it at a zombie and the zombie just doesn't give a shit. It's like, no,
Yeah,
it's a
zombies
foot.
like, okay.
I'm Christian, motherfucker.
In the desiccated, rotten chest cavity hangs an old crucifix.
All right. Well, what would I
Thank
be
you, origami.
Can we ask him about the graveyard being
Yeah.
so far away?
Yeah, a few more questions for you, Padre, before we depart.
Padre, That sounds heretical. I'll allow
Is
it.
everyone here right now with like borrowed questioning the father?
Yes.
Yes.
Origami went to the mansion by himself after we spent the night at the inn.
Yeah. Anyway, he says, well, we had an old church next to the cemetery, but unfortunately the waters rising put it, and it wasn't on the best ground to begin with, and the whole thing gave way and collapsed into the ocean there.
I see. Now, why locate your second church, or relocate, or whatever, farther away? Surely there was more room nearby. There seems to be a few plots around.
Well, truth be told, it's old superstition, really, but many of the town are quite afraid of the... Well, he sort of looks around. The Nowakowski house.
Is there reasoning behind that, or is it just local superstition?
Well, Ignacy again. Filthy heathen practicing all sorts of god-forsaken magic, but he still claimed to be one of the people here. We allowed him to live and treated him as one of our own, and then one day... Well, we still don't quite know, but his wife presumably killed herself, damning the place. They say her ghost still roams the halls. As for Ignacy himself, we never saw him again. Perhaps he murdered her. I'm not sure. Perhaps some devil spawn snatched him up and took him back to hell.
Sorry.
Speaking of deaths, Padre, have you been informed by the police you're going to need to make more room in the graveyard?
Constable Harker was around last night, actually. Woke me up. I was trying to get this damn television working. Either way. Yes, the body, one of the deceased family.
We weren't able to identify it, and the constable didn't have the foggiest. That's why one of the questions we came here for.
Well, the poor man was Jason Thompson, I'd imagine. Most people probably couldn't recognize. The face was gruesome. Unfortunately, no one else in our village had quite his stature. Jason always had a bad back, and he looked shorter than he was, but the man was 6'3". Nobody else here quite came that high. But yeah, Jason was Paul Allen. He was Paul Allen's butler for many years. I think he was, well, they say, anyway, that he was let go. I remember him coming to me in quite a fit, saying that, I've served this man for so long, and now he's fired me, and he went back to have one more argument and discussion with Zaranowski, and we never heard of him since. I thought he fled back to New York, where that's his family's from there. I thought he was going to try and find a job in a nicer neighborhood.
How long ago was this? Was it weeks, months?
Oh, I'd say a couple months ago. It's odd to find him back here. I wonder if he didn't take ill and come back. But I can't explain it. The body was in quite a state.
It wasn't actually all that well preserved, considering it was in the freezer.
Freezer?
Yeah, so that's where it was found at the house. Rather odd that it was in such a state. It looks, I don't know, almost as if he was very dehydrated.
The constable said that he found him near the river banks.
Hmm.
The two of us were assuming it was perhaps the work of, well, you know, the
Local influences.
hooligans, we'll say. Vicious, violent, damned hooligans from fucking Europe.
Whoa! Now, I'm not really much of a religious man, Padre, Priest, whatever you prefer to perform a title with. I'm not sure you're allowed to speak that way.
Oh, the Lord forgives everyone if they confess on Sunday.
My character can't help but smile and shrug. Fair enough.
As long as you do your 7 Hail Marys.
That's right, yeah. All right. Well, do we have any more questions for the Padre?
If-
I was kind of hoping Bard would be able to ask more about why the sudden influx of outsiders were in town. I mean, aside obviously from the party itself, but he'd mentioned earlier about there being odd comings and goings after, like right around the time of the purchase of the mansion.
Okay, sorry. Do a quick recap. I don't exactly know what you mean, sorry.
So,
Once he came in, he pretty much fired most of the staff and kicked everybody out.
Oh,
and
yeah,
much of a
okay,
recluse.
sorry, okay, yeah.
I was kind of wondering what happened to the rest of the staff. I mean, there were a lot of people coming and going from that location at one point, and then it was kind of falling in by the wayside afterwards.
Sorry, I thought you meant in this
I could
conversation.
have phrased that better.
No. You were fine. It's just you were talking about the other conversation, and I thought you were still referring to something the father said, and I was like, okay, I don't remember saying that.
No,
we're good. We're good.
Mentioned a Borrowed.
Well, yeah, he's just going to tell you that they mostly, of course, that like Zaranowski came in not long after the flooding started, so a lot of those people actually just got jobs on the docks, in the warehouses and stuff.
All right, that was all I actually really was curious to ask about.
A lot of Shreveports turned into like import-export, and yeah, sorry, Herb.
I wanted to ask you this yesterday, but I kind of forgot.
Yep.
Would I know any secrets that he told me, considering I worked for him for like 2 years?
Before he quit, because he did quit working at this circus before he moved here. Before he did that, you notice he was reading a lot more books. He also, what else would you know about him? He was a huge fan of Ignacy Nowakowski, who was a previous magician.
Fucking dark magic.
No, he was a stage magician as well, Ignacy. But Ignacy sort of stopped being a magician because television and stuff like that started getting more popular, the radio, and he just didn't understand technology, so he just faded into sort of obscurity. So yeah, that's something you would know because you did work for him and you were, close enough to see him fairly often.
What was his state of mind near the end?
He got very, what's the word? Not delirious, but focused. You know what I mean? And it started obsessed.
Manic?
Yeah, it started sort of affect his stage performances because he wanted to give less and less and less, and he wanted to spend more time studying, reading these tomes that he was trying to purchase. And that's why he said, enough's enough. I have my fortune, and I'm gonna move to Shreveport, which is where he came to.
All right, well, I'm going to have to excuse myself. My stomach's not being very well, so.
Yeah, fair enough.
So I should be back, 15, 20 minutes. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we can pop over.
Just do that with the character as well. Fuck it. Go back to the mansion. I'm in the shitter.
Well, it's all right. I can pop over to Origami. So, Origami, what are your plans currently? Have you run off to the police, or what's up? Tried to regroup?
After weighing like a few minutes, like
Mhm.
10 minutes or so, make sure they don't come back. I decide to, well, I can't go to the police because I'm a criminal.
True. You could head to the church. That's where the rest of the party is. Up to you.
Yeah, but I
Oh.
do not know that.
Well, you would have talked about it, I think, that morning over breakfast. Like, we're going to
Also,
Oh,
church.
before we leave the church, I do want to do a few things.
Yep.
No, let Origami do his thing. Mine's just like a few rolls, so I'll wait.
Okay. So,
Mm.
Oregano, what's your thoughts? Do you want to head back to the tavern then? Maybe stash the bottle somewhere?
I'm gonna try my luck and try not to fumble or go into the authorities.
Okay. Oof. Did you just roll that?
Nope,
Oh, thank
that
God.
was the persuade roll.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, oh God. Okay, so you're showing up at the police station. What are you trying to do here? You just going up and saying, I found this bottle? Saying,
Who am I speaking to though? I come up to the station and ring a bell or whatever. Grab someone's.
okay. We'll say Constable Harker is, you know, mostly asleep at the desk. He sort of wakes up and raises an eye at you. He's like, "Can I help you?" Oh, he's a Southern man, wasn't he?
I
I
believe
believe so, yeah. Let's see. How do we Southern? Ma'am. All right.
Call me Archer.
Archer, Lillian Archer.
Mm.
What can I do you
Uh,
for, ma'am?
Yes, I was walking
What can
towards
I do
the.
you for?
I've said
I
that
was
so much in
walking
real life.
while walking towards the mansion. The was it Wowski's?
Yeah, the Nowakowski, but you could also
Yeah.
say Zaranowski. It's fine.
Uh, some hooligans were trying to burn the place down. I managed to scare them off and one of them drop a bottle. It seems to be Molotov. I hand some of the Molotovs.
Trying to burn down the mansion, eh? Well, that's quite a surprise. I mean, the current owner is dead, so it's not worth anything. Although, I suppose, he thinks to himself for a while there. He's like, the best I could come up with is his will hasn't been quite divvied up yet. Well, I can go check it for you. Who'd you say you were again?
Archer, you took my name last night.
Gotcha. Oh, right, yeah. I have your name here. Okay. Well, Miss Archer, I'm going to get another statement from you then. Attach it to the previous, and I will be right back. So he takes your statement about the two men you saw. He's not quite able to identify them, obviously, although he has suspicions. So he comes back with a paper, and he's like, well, it says here, so his will isn't actually supposed to be divvied up, officially, until his lawyer comes in. His lawyer's from up north a little bit. So we have a bit of a wait on that, and it says that once his will is divvied up, that all his financial assets, that are, his current cash and everything, are used to pay his current debt, and then, everything substantial, the house and things in it and stuff like that, should go to his son, apparently.
Son.
So the only reason I could see for someone to try and burn down that mansion is if he had quite a few debts and they wanted it paid off before the will got done.
Do you have any ideas who he might be indebted to?
Well, with the description of the boys you mentioned, I'll just give you a name, and I'm going to tell you to keep your nose clean and watch out. But could be. Well, I'd have to say it'd be one of Sammy Camisano's boys. Sammy's a rough character. But you might find some of his boys around the coffee shop at night.
Very interesting. I thank the officer for the information and headed to the coffee shop.
Okay, and that's also the tavern, so you know you're way
Hmm.
right back there.
Raffle, is it possible I could make a few perception rolls around the old area of the former church?
Yeah, sure, go for it. And Zelphus was also, I think, going to make some rolls for a similar purpose. What were your
Seeing if
thoughts?
there's something there, you know,
Well,
anything that would make them move the church across the river?
So you're looking in like where the old church was?
Yeah, where the
Um,
old church collapsed.
Okay, well, the old church would be somewhere about here-ish,
Could I also make a few rolls in the new church?
or like that. Yeah. What are you looking for around the new church?
Like any secret, like any like doors in the floor, like
Oh,
you know,
like
cellar door.
inside the church.
Oh, they won't let me inside the church. Fuck.
Well, I mean, church isn't on right now, but
Church machine broke.
I mean, yeah, you can try and sneak past, I guess. Go looking around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, there's
So
couple. Yeah, go for it. Me say 2 perception checks and a stealth check. Okay.
wow.
Well, you passed your stealth. Yeah, you don't see shit or jack shit. But you do manage to sneak into the church and have a peruse. You just don't find anything of note.
Got some sue in your eye.
Yeah.
Holy crap, this scared the shit out of me.
And Zelphus, you were hoping to look for something?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to use the occult roll to see if there's anything out of the ordinary for the church they got going on here.
Oh, okay. Sure.
My bedroom light just died on me. Son of a bitch.
Ooh, that's scary.
It's scary.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me, to be honest.
I don't think I made that. Let me check. That would be under.
Maximum you can have is 80.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
Yeah,
you could
definitely didn't
ask-
make that. All right, last one will be a perception
But-
check, just to
So
see if
did you-
there's anything out of the ordinary around. Like, for example, with as we're kind of talking, well, as we were talking, as we're leaving, just kind of see if there's anything specifically out of order, like say a tapestry missing off the wall, or if there's a pew that's missing, like you know how there's rows of them. One of them's just gone, completely uprooted and missing. Anything
Okay.
of the iconography's out of place or shouldn't be there, for example.
Mhm.
Like if there's, you would even if you don't have the occult knowledge, you'd still kind of recognize like, okay, that's the wrong kind of symbol for this kind of church, stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Sure.
Selfish, you could ask me because I'm passing by the church.
Can I also do a perception roll in the cemetery to see if there's like any bodies have been displaced or any freshly turned earth?
Okay, cool. Well, I guess you and Zelphix could head over there and you could do your occult stuff looking around and also perceptioning together if you'd like. Because you guys were both curious about the church, so it seems to reckon you'd both head over.
What do you think, Selphus?
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
Oh,
So give me a perception for that cemetery then, and Zelphus and an occult. If you'd like.
fucking hell.
Bad
Made
luck
it.
bears. Okay. Well, you don't notice anything too. Well, Zelphus could do a perception. I don't think he's too great at it, but you know.
We'll see. Ooh, made it.
He made
It does make it, yeah. Okay, cool. Well, the two of you managed to find that, yes, it does look like at some point some of the graves were dug back up. Not recently, but it looks like they had been at some point because pretty much all the graves that haven't looked like they've been dug back up at some point are properly coated in grass and flower. These are more so like
Never
instead
knew
of
the gravekeeper was a baker.
instead of having like we have currently the stone slab on top of where things get put, or you know what I mean, a slab in general. It's just sort of like the headstone and the body is under the earth. So there's a few graves where there's missing like grass and flowerage, and it looks sort of like it was turned up again a long time ago. The grass seed never took again. As for occult iconography, you do actually find something odd. Find this little symbol. I'll make it a little bigger for you. And this is not something you recognize as being Christian. As to where it's from,
That, if I had to guess, something from the Caribbean.
it is very Caribbean, yeah.
Do I also see this when Zelphus pointed out to me? or
Yeah.
no? Is there a library in town?
Yes, actually. We were talking about that bookstore. It's not a library, it's a bookstore, but, you know. It's
Can I head over there?
All right, I'm not
after
going to try
seeing
and
this?
doodle out
Wasn't it
this
right
piece of
there?
paper. I'm sorry, Ruffle. I just can't.
Oh, no, it's just hit... there, I'll move it here and you can just print screen it.
Can I head over there after seeing it?
Yeah, sure.
Also, Ruffle, since we're here, I would like to take a list. Just kind of take a list down of the names of the people whose graves were. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, back. Sorry, that were exhumed, and the
Sure.
people that were not.
All right. There's a fair amount of graves, but you can definitely get the ones that were exhumed. Also, I'm just gonna say you go with your character just doing like a rubbing of it to get the.
Oh, I don't have
symbol.
a pencil and paper.
You could. I just didn't know if your character was skilled enough to draw that. I mean, it would just take time mostly.
Are you kidding my character? I'm not skilled enough to draw that.
Well, it's not that. It's not that
I'm looking
difficult.
at my doodles at 11:30 at night, and I'm sitting there going,
Just some
"Jeez,
line
I'm not even
work.
drunk."
Hey, that's pretty good.
Hey. All right.
But yeah, for
Well,
that,
you could take a
for the
piece of paper.
symbol, I would definitely take a rubbing, but for the names, I would just write them down.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I was gonna say you could do a rubbing and get the.
Yeah.
We're at that point. I'm going to write down a little note that I have the rubbing, so I can use that as a reference
Sounds
point
good.
later.
Are you going to head over to the bookstore as well, or are you just letting Herpy do that?
Well, just 1 second.
Sure. Sorry.
They're done. The rubbing's done.
Can I athletics roll across the town to get their extra faced?
Yeah, if you want.
I'm okay. I don't need to.
I mean, if you got it, use it, right?
Well, while I'm passing by the church, I just
All right, got it.
Okay.
Next up, actually, I would like to. I'm assuming this town has a city hall.
No.
Does it have a clerk's office? All counties have clerk offices.
Yeah, it's
saying.
kind of tied in with the post office.
Well, let's go pay the postmaster general a visit.
All right.
that's a long way.
So that's over here, yeah.
So, am I in the bookstore now?
Yes. There's a really old man behind a desk. There are books stacked everywhere. It looks like they're in some organized fashion, but it's not alphabetical. God knows how he did it. Then there's some loose papers, and he appears to be copying like one book onto paper.
Can I roll 2 perception checks? One to like see if any books catch my eye, and the second one to see if there's anything like any hidden doors or like hidden doors on the floor.
yeah, go for it. What specifically are you looking for to catch your eye? Something bound in human flesh?
Let's just say books that don't have exactly English on them.
Oh, okay, sure.
I was gonna say I want to be there with Herpy.
Okay, yeah, you can head over to the bookstore as well. So you don't find any secret doors or anything like that, but you do find a handful of Latin books, and there's a book in a plastic sleeve that it's a little bit dusty, but appears to have French on it.
Could I stealth it out of the store? I don't know if I have any money on me.
Yeah, you could definitely try. So you're not even going to talk to this guy. You're just going to like try and rob him.
I don't know. Maybe let me ask.
Well, I'll talk to him.
Well, Herbie, leave the robbing to me.
No, Herpy's quite stealthy as well, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 80.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have to roll. I mean, I guess I don't know. Normally, I would say you need like security to like steal something, but not really if it's just a book and this guy's not really paying attention. Yeah.
Well, let's talk to him about the book first, I guess, before I go pickpocketing people.
Maybe you should.
And that way, when he asks where the book is later, he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy asked about it." That's All right. Well, anyway, so Rudy's gonna talk to him. Is that the idea, or is Herpy?
Well,
going
no. How about this? I'll pawn the book off to Rudy because he's not paying attention, right?
to? Mhm.
And then I'll steal it after because I won't be the one talking to him.
Okay. Fair.
Alright.
So Rudy's talking to this guy.
Oh boy.
It's quite an old man. He doesn't notice you even when you're standing above him because he's copying this book on a paper.
So I'd say, excuse me, sir. Could you tell me more about this book, really quick?
Book. Oh, you speak French?
I love this character already.
Oh Jesus. No, sir, I don't.
No, that's just an old book. Speaking of crazy old French stories. Well, not really French. Actually, it's funny you mention. Many people in the, where the Caribbean is? Hmm? Well, they speak French. In fact, a lot of people that came to Louisiana, that's where we are now, and they speak French too. And in fact, French had a lot of influence on this side of the country.
Yeah, I love this character.
I do too. It's distracting me, to be honest.
This is literally the one. I forgot his name, but
Do not hurt this character, Herpy, or I will hurt you.
No. Remember the guy in the tavern, which is like spoke on 80
Oh, yeah.
minutes and then awful died.
Gladstone, eh?
Oh god, yes, Gladstone. The barfly.
Yeah.
Well
Could
said,
I ask?
Herpy.
Oh,
Yeah, sure. What are you gonna ask?
could I ask how crazy
I
the
heard that
stories
name in a
were?
very long time.
Well, if you believe this nonsense, and some do, and well, rituals that come back from the dead, contact spirits.
Son of a
I
fucking
had
bitch.
a much bigger book on the subject, really expensive. I had to get it from God. There's this man in New York, and he's fucking fortune. But I had to buy this thing. It cost me so much, but it was all paid for by who's that fella lives next door? The magic man.
Zarin Spaghetti.
Zarin Spaghetti, he's the one. He paid me so much money. In fact, he mentioned to me, he comes back, and not 3 days later, asking to return the book. Unfortunately, I've already put the money in the bank. I'm trying to expand this place. It's too close to the water. But the point is, he came, and he was trying to return it, saying he needed to pay some debts. And I'm like, I can't do it. It costs too much. But
Do you know
yes,
what he?
spirits and ghosts and ghouls and coming back and such things.
Can I
Rudy
ask how? Oh, what's that, Herb?
No, you continue to do it, and I'll punch in after if there's nothing else.
I was gonna ask how the book is still here if you wouldn't accept it.
No, that's it's a smaller book, really. This is like the Bible, but like chapter 1. He had the whole damn thing. But I think, anyway, I heard he died.
Unfortunately, he did die.
Damn shame, the book cost me a lot of money.
What were you gonna say, Herpy?
No, that was pretty much it. Like, what did he do with the book after? And then that pretty much answered the question.
Fuck your books.
Yeah.
Bar, you missed one of the best characters ever.
No, I didn't miss him. I had my phone with me on purpose so I could pull the string.
Excellent.
Smart.
Smart man.
So, can I steal
Fart
those books
man.
now?
Yeah, go for it. Give me a stealth roll. Or was that? No, that was your other one.
Ugh.
Ooh, baby.
Oh,
Out with the book.
Yoink.
Rudy, did you all? No, you weren't at the cemetery. Shit, I was gonna say, do you have a rubbing? That's unfortunate.
Quite good at rubbing.
Yeah.
well, could I just happen to meet up in Selphus and he tells me so I can go back to the library?
Sure, yeah.
Or if he wants to come with too, that would work.
Selphus.
Jerfish?
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, yeah, he actually just died. He was right here, and then he died.
Yeah.
Maybe he's coughing.
$10 on
or
coffee.
Sneezing. Yeah, coffee. Kicking the dog.
Kicking the coffee.
Drinking the dog, smoking the coffee.
My room is so fucking dark right now. It's creepy.
Oh, my room's like 1,000,000,000 degrees because I have the door shut and the window shut. Don't bother everybody in the world.
I leave my window open 24/7.
I usually would, yeah. Well, do we DM hand wave and say that Herpy would have a rubbing and gave it to Rudy? You guys are
I'm
curious
okay
about
with that.
Pursuing that, yeah. Okay, so if you give him the rubbing and presumably you ask what it is, right?
Yep.
It's like he has to like put on a separate set of glasses to like make it seem bigger to him. He's like, well, this is. Do you know who the Lower are?
The lower R?
One more time?
The Lower.
How do you spell that?
LOA.
Because you almost said my last name.
Oh,
Kinda why
that's
I'm
true.
like-
It was pretty close. Yeah, you're
It
right.
was close. I was like,
Hmm.
wait, what?
Sorry, it's the accent. Lower.
I guess.
I don't think I've heard of said group.
Well, many people know of Greek mythology. They have a huge pantheon of the gods. Anyway, the Lower are similar. They're almost actually like the Judeo-Christian saints. The point is, these Lower govern many things, as Lower gods shall. This is a symbol of one of them, and if I remember, it's Simbi Dlo. Some giant serpent who governs rain and magic. The whole Simbi is like these Lower have like families, and there's like smaller ones mixed in the middle. Simbi, I believe their family govern something passage of the dead. I hope that helps. I can't really remember anything more. I used to have a big book that talked about it. It was really expensive. I got it from New York. I sold it. There was a magician, that lives nearby. I sold it to him.
Oh, no. He has Alzheimer's. Oh, boy.
How long ago was that? Oh, it was just yesterday. It wasn't last year. I wasn't.
Yeah. Did you know? I heard he died.
Unfortunately, yes, he did.
Damn shame. That book cost me a lot.
Cost him even more.
Do you happen to know the location of said book still?
No, the magician bought it from me. I don't imagine it's in his house. Sorry? What did you say? Tasting wine?
No, never mind. Dumb jokes.
Oh.
Well, I guess I'd say have a nice day, sir, and go try to find that book.
Alright, he goes back to copying pages. So you're headed to where then? The manor?
I would assume the manor.
I think Zelphus actually did die, though, and he was mentioning he was feeling unwell. I think we may have lost Master Link at some point.
No, I'm still here.
Oh, okay, just a quiet boy. It's all good. Now, I will say it is unfortunate. The larger the group, the less screen time each individual person gets, and it does make it a little bit hard to juggle. The benefit of a larger group is it does mean that, if you don't know what to say, or, if you're not comfortable saying things all the time, somebody can always take the slack, which is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zelphus says he's dying, so that's...
Yep.
Yeah.
Rip.
That's it, though. I mean, we could always call it here, and we could actually do something like, instead of, normally what I would do with a role-playing game is I would do, like, once a week, like a 4 to 5 hour session. But we could instead do, like, an hour and a half to 2 hours, like, twice a week or something. Make it a lot more easier on people.
I could do a longer session Wednesday night and Thursday.
Okay.
I was
well,
gonna say, if we do it Wednesday night, that's when I could really stay up and not worry so much, because
Same with
Thursday
me.
I'm off.
okay,
So.
we've got 2 for Wednesday. Borrowed and origami, I'm pretty sure are fine.
Mm-hmm.
Let me check my
Nope.
schedule. Fuck and all. Got
All
it.
right.
Nope, you get that one thing you forgot about.
Master Link, are you still good for Wednesday?
Sure.
Okay, and it's one of those things. Never feel like you have to come. If you're not enjoying yourself, that's okay. But if you do want to show, yeah, no, by all means,
Well,
Wednesday.
Before we end all the session, though, what would happen
Okay.
if I said I wanted to go back to the mansion and open up the closed room on the first floor?
Closed room on the first floor. Oh,
The hidden
The one that
door.
was plastered off.
yeah.
Well,
Well, you guys actually,
I can meet.
you haven't even gone to
Boris.
the third floor.
No.
No one's
That's
ever
because
gone
the
up
whole
that.
corpse was a good reason to.
No,
expedite.
absolutely. Okay, yeah, we can deal with that if you'd like.
Well, just because on the first floor is done.
Okay, sure.
Well, I want to be there with Borrowed, so.
And then we'll ask. Let's just assume the whole party meets up at the manor.
At the
Oh,
manor
can
/ bookstore / whatever, and then
Out
Yeah.
of character, can I ask a question about my person?
Yes, go for it.
Since it's 1930, can I have a 1911?
Yeah, I mean they had the Colt 1911 and presumably 1911. I don't know when it came out though.
I'm Pretty sure it's 1911.
1911 was the 1911, and 19, I believe, 17 was the Browning High Power.
Yeah.
But
either way,
about
like
the-
those wouldn't be the neither of those are semi-auto or are fully auto.
They're both
right?
semi-auto.
Yeah, they're both
They're
semi.
semi-auto.
Yeah, okay, that's
Yeah.
fine then. Yeah, no, absolutely, you'd be able to get one. Yeah.
Lobster, I was going to the inn just to do a spot, just to search around the building, see like someone's like a stakeout.
Okay, you're gonna do a stakeout on the inn and maybe look for the two men you saw before.
No, like seeing like if there's like a pot or not pot, like a small pile of ashes. Cigarettes where people could have like stayed and just watching us.
Oh, he's looking if somebody else
looking
was
if
doing
someone
a
stake
stakeout.
you out. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
All right, back. Sorry about that.
Oh, welcome
Oh, you're
back.
not dead.
We actually thought you were dead. We were about to kill the session because we were afraid you were gone.
No, my stomach was bothering me. Sorry.
That's fine. But you were mentioning you were sick and stuff, so we're probably just going to do a little bit. And then what we were thinking about doing, Zelphus, up to you, is instead of doing like one session a week that's like, again, like 5 hours long, we just do like 2 or 3 a week that are like an hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours, depending. So we were wondering if you were free Wednesday.
Should be.
Okay. It might not be too bad because again they are
Later.
shorter sessions, so everyone's a little more awake by the end of them, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, either way, makes it more like a serial mystery as opposed to like a oh shit, get to the end by the end,
A series of short little paperbacks as opposed to a fucking hardcover novel.
Yeah. All right. Well, so Bard's about to bust open a door. Does anyone want to
Where's
fill
the
Zelphus
door?
in on what he missed? You missed some bookstore
Yes.
stuff. We did actually discover a few things. So anyone can go ahead.
The French book that Harpy found, he gives to the old man. We found that the old man has Alzheimer's, and that the book is actually connected to Caribbean and it's written in French. And we all know that's connected to the magician, and that
The magician bought the book from the bookkeeper before he died.
I see.
And also the old man was also talking about the 2 of the 3 names that some of your characters would remember from the dream.
I see.
Yeah, the symbol from the graveyard or whatever had to do with Simbi, who was one of the Loa, which are part of the what the Greek pantheon, you said, or some crap.
No, similar to. It's actually a sort of a Haitian voodoo pantheon.
You thought it was Simbi. What was I? Dio.
No, it's DLO, but yes. It's Midlo. It's funny, I can actually explain that real quick. So, out of character. A lot of the Haitian language is super French because obviously the French settled there. So a lot of their actual words are just like an English person trying to spell how we imagine a French word is spelled, how we say it. So DeLo, DLO, is actually D''Leou in French, which means of water or with water, like, you know what I mean? Well, not like with, but you know what I mean? It's like of water, essentially. So Simbi is the family name, and it's sort of an of water type of deal. But yeah, it's just very curious and interesting, and I like it. So Borrowed's about to take a sledgehammer to the side of this building, the side of this room.
Can I have
And
my
I'll-
gun like closer, my hand like on it, just in case?
One thing I do want to say about firearms, I'm totally cool with anyone and everyone having them because there's not any point to say no to your players. However, to legally own a firearm in the United States currently in this game, you need to be registered, like have a license and have the firearm registered to you.
Oh, I'm a criminal, so I
Oh,
got it
since
illegally.
Part of the mob, I have no serial numbers or anything like that. So
Okay, yeah, no, I'm just double checking. That's fine then. That's fine if you have a reason and you have a reason. I just want everyone to know that is sort of the idea, just because there's a huge sort of like neighborhood watch type of feel going on. Everyone's afraid that, World War I is coming and enemy agents, et cetera, et cetera. Standard
I
Cold
do
War
have my
paranoia.
Winchester.
Yes, and that would be
registered, right?
registered to you, yeah.
Am
Which
I
is
in
fine.
the mansion also now?
Yep, everyone can meet up at the mansion, that's fine.
And I'm at the inn trying to investigate.
Raffle, did anything come of my little check over to the post office or no?
What were you looking for there?
Just a little bit more of the background information on the bodies that were exhumed, names, places, if they were all related to some sort of incident, or...
It seems like it completely random. In fact, no one knew they were even exhumed.
Like, how many of them were just citizens? Was there a discrepancy in the age of the corpses, bodies?
It actually seems to be like completely random.
Hmm.
Although everyone that was exhumed died like natural causes.
So in other words, this isn't going to be a lead.
May or may not help you later on,
Well,
but
What about the time of death? Like, do they die close to each other? Like, days apart? Months apart?
it looks like some of them were even like some of these are quite old. Like we're going back like 20, 30 years.
Interesting.
All right, so Borrowed is breaking, smashing his way through.
Well, you said there was a door that was plastered over here, so I was going to open the door.
Oh, okay, you still have to like chisel out like the outline, but either way.
just like get a pry bar and like just pry off the
Yeah, absolutely.
plaster.
So you're gonna pop it open, and I'm gonna ask everyone to roll sand.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Except for Origami, because he isn't here. Oh my god.
Let's keep this train going.
Oh my god.
It's going off the rails
Okay,
completely.
well, Norman's good, at least I think. Anyway, I think it's Sam.
Hey,
What the fuck just moved my character? What the fuck?
Oh, that's you? Oh, shit. My bad. I was gonna move this. Yeah, this Lady Lou. Okay, so everyone that failed it is
Is
taking.
now dead.
No, you're taking D12. Well, no, I'm gonna lie. If you failed it, you're taking D6. If you pass it, you're taking D4.
What are we rolling for again?
All right, -2 sand.
Sam.
Ozell, I thought you failed it. No.
Borrow this.
Why do I even bother?
Okay. Well, we'll just do the difference and say it was a 3. But yeah. So this is actual sand damage, not stress. Normally, you would lose stress. This is actual sand because you have a splayed open and very interesting individual in this room. It is a corpse of some kind. It's quite old. There's like flies flitting around it, but the body is displayed in such a fashion that all of its bones, there's still some amounts of rotted flesh on them,
Boneless.
but all the bones are hung by separate strings across the ceiling.
So it's like a marionette.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Interesting. And this is directly in front of us.
Yes.
I
And it's
see
not
Claw-
just dead, it's actually standing.
No. Like, it's dead. It's this guy who's like rotting. Like it's quite old, but all the bones are separate and hanging separately on from the roof by like string.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
See, all you guys are in shock.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So it's not pretty. Oh, sorry. Norman, you need to roll a. Did you pass your SAN? Let's find out.
He didn't roll for Sam.
No, he did. He rolled a 55. His SAN is 65, so just a D4 from you. So
Okay.
that's
Four.
roll 1D4. Oh, perfect. You got it. So that's 3. Okay, and I just forgot to write Zelphus down. Okay, so Norman, you're new to this. It's I've based this off like Call of Cthulhu and similar horror role-playing systems. But think of sanity as your literal mind's last line of defense. And stress is like, the day-to-day hardships that our emotional bodies go through, right? So so when you lose sanity, it's normally a big event. Like seeing a body or someone get shot, it's jarring, but it happens. You know what I mean? Like people are okay with that. But seeing something freakish like this, it's just, obviously like, what the fuck? This is not normal, and it like spooks you a little bit more. So this kind of sanity damage is a little bit harder to recover from. You can, but it's just sort of whenever you take like a SAN roll like that, just think of it as like this is something shaking the foundation of you as an individual. It's quite jarring.
All right.
Yeah, just a minor description explanation. Sorry, a little bit boring, but helps us get through everything. So, what are our thoughts here? We have this. Aside from that, the room is. Let me just double check my note, but I believe empty. Yes, that's it. Although there's also a few books scattered on a tiny shelf.
Well,
Is that
what are the
everything in the
books?
room? There's no other hidden compartments or anything?
Perception, look around for hidden
I think I
compartments.
know what this is. This is another attempt at a ritual to bring somebody back to life or something.
Nope.
Oh wow!
I got nothing.
Can I also
Or
roll
it's
perception?
someone who really doesn't know the concept of wind chimes.
Yeah.
Can I roll a
Can I
cult
also
to see
roll
if the
perception?
books?
Yep.
I would say any of the books.
You don't need the roll. You can just look at the books. They mostly seem to be French, a couple Latin, but these are just smaller books. None of them match the description of the large tome that the bookkeeper mentioned. And Herpy does manage to find a slight mechanism, like a lever of sorts, in one part of the room.
Can I push it with like a long stick?
Okay. Yeah.
Could
can
you
do that?
before you do that? You should see if you can eyeball what it does first before just touching it.
That would need an intelligence check, unless someone has.
Herpy.
Yeah.
I was
Can
gonna
I
say
call
I had
attention to
75.
it?
Yeah,
And try
absolutely.
and roll
yeah.
it.
Okay, so I'll roll an intel for it.
Cool.
I could.
Yeah, go for it then, Rudy. Might as well get everyone
Oh
working
yeah, I
on
got
it.
a 70.
Nice.
Made it.
Oh, I
Okay.
got a 40.
So between the two of you guys, you're staring at this, trying to figure out where it would go. You can't see anything that it's connected to. So your assumptions are it's either going to be affecting the walls, the floor, or the ceiling, but it doesn't appear to open any, like there's no other slats in the room. It doesn't appear to be opening like opening something. Well, what's a good way of putting this? I can't think of the word right now, sorry. Either way, it seems
It's embedded in
mostly
the wall or
benign.
something?
Yeah. Probably. Let's go ahead and say probably not the wall. So you're looking at probably the ceiling or the floor is where you'd be dealing with stuff.
Hmm.
Can we, like-
I'm smashing open the wall above and or below it. See
Can we
if there's
take all the
cable
books
leading
out
in the direction.
before we do
Okay.
anything?
Yep, you can take the books out. Bro, you're smashing it with like a crowbar, or
What have you.
Can I
Opening the
load
wall,
and
seeing where
prep
the
my
cables
shotgun?
go. Because
you're-
if the cables go up, it's the ceiling. If the cables go down, it's the floor.
I'm gonna need a strength check from you. So D100, whatever your strength is.
Can I load and prep my shotgun?
Yep, for sure. Cool, bro. Yeah, you made it. So you smash through, and it does look like it's cabling and a few other, pieces of wood and stuff like that that are headed to both the ceiling and the floor.
Hmm.
Now,
As
can
you're-
I push the lever?
Yeah, well, as you're smashing this open and you're staring at it, a loud, booming voice rocks through the room, and you are almost deafened by the sound of rain. And this voice says, "Stay away."
Can I go inside?
Going inside where?
I'm not gonna stay away.
Oh, okay. So you're staying in the room. Cheeky fuck.
Blast a shotgun in the air.
You'd be shooting into the master bedroom if you did that.
Let's not shoot yet.
Right. So what? Are you pushing the lever?
Can I use a long stick to push it?
Yeah, but where is everyone situated?
Just outside the door.
Okay, so everyone else is outside the room. The books have been removed, and Herpy is in the room. Is that correct?
No, I'm standing outside the room, reaching around the corner with a long
With a
stick.
really long stick. Okay, I have to ask.
In
where
the
you're-
words of like AD&D, he's using a 10-foot
10-foot pole. I was gonna say, but if this was AD&D, I'd be like, hell yeah, 10-foot pole. It's not though. So where does a standard investigator come up with a 10-foot pole? Don't say your ass.
Gardening shed. I'll hit it with a rake or something.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. You would have to
half
put
off of a rake.
probably have to put two of them together to reach it from the doorway.
Does anyone have a mechanics roll?
Does anybody have a belt?
Yeah, we just literally just a belt. Yeah, would do.
I would, since I'd be wearing a suit and tie.
All right, so we're tying it up with your guys' belts and the tie potentially, just to make it extra sturdy. Herpy is pushing this giant contraption that's it's a rake on one end, and the other end is a destroyed shovel. And he's reaching in and he's pushing this giant soldier of a man with a shotgun slung over his back. And he pushes the lever, and perception checks. You hear two loud chuk 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 chuk.
Oh, I actually did hear something for once. My character's not mentally retarded.
Oh
Nope.
no, it's not what you hear. Everyone heard the chuk 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 chuk.
It's a fucking shotgun.
I see nothing.
Okay, well, anyone that passed their perception notices giant. When I say giant, I mean giant, compared to what we expect them to be. They're probably, let's go ahead and say like 8-inch blades pop out of the ceiling and just start dropping, essentially.
Oh, jeez, Rick.
Like the ceiling is coming down, or the blades are just falling
The
out?
blades are dropping.
Huh.
Some of these are displacing the bones and chopping them, like chopping the strings. But for the most part, yeah, the room just entered a little bit of a pincushion shit show. And at that moment, the
It was at
staircase
this moment,
appears.
and he knew. He
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah, there's a staircase now slowly like going and like descending down. It really, like, what it looks like is the floorboards are supposed to just drop, but they're in too tight, so they're like scraping as they're like trying to drop down. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
So when the staircase is finished, it looks like there was a staircase properly cut out of like stone or what have you.
Cue
And-
Castlevania theme music or something.
These floor boards just sort of fell onto it. Some of them scatter down to the bottom, like they're not really meant to sit on it.
Can I take point then? And we're gonna go down the staircase. I don't know.
Well, Ruffle, describe these blades. Like, are we talking about like serrated blades, or just like spikes, or what? What the fuck came out of the
They
ceiling?
look like fairly like rough metal, like almost as if they were just taken from like scrap.
Mm.
Odd.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he purchased like a bulk of butcher knives or anything like that. Well, not butcher, chef knives.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Easily navigable, Tom, don't you think?
Well, I mean, assuming any more don't fall out of the ceiling, then whatever.
I'd say wait a couple minutes just in case.
Flip the lever
Okay.
again. Flip the
Oh,
lever again, because if those spikes go back into the ceiling, I'm leaving.
that would be some bullshit. Okay. You flick the lever again, and you're all staring and waiting. And a handful of the blades raise up shakily towards the ceiling.
I flip it again.
Flip it again. The blades. You hear chuck chuck chuck. Nothing else happens, but the handful of blades that are raising up are still raising up slightly.
Can I like snatch them out of the air? I don't trust these blades.
Sure, yeah. If you knock them away, they just clatter and they don't continue to move.
Can I go look at the blades and see if they're like held up by fishing string? The fuck was that?
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
Fucking magnets.
Borrowed. I need a perception. Well, I don't technically
Yeah,
need a
machine
perception, but
side.
I would like a perception on this.
The one time I make a character that doesn't have 80 perception.
Yeah, it's probably for your best, actually. Okay, you can't see anything.
Can I roll 2 just in case?
Sure.
Hey!
All right.
That's two
That
blinds
was-
in a row. Holy shit! What happened to me while I was gone?
Rudy manages to slice open a finger slightly. It's nothing too major because he does find there is a very thin wire, like super fucking thin, holding on to the ones that we're raising.
Yeesh.
But again, there's only probably about 6, 7 of the ones that had these little things on.
Well, I wish you the best of luck with this room. I'm going up to the master bedroom. I'm taking apart the fucking floor.
Okay, so this room's actually underneath the bathroom.
Right.
But either way, if you want to, that's
Can
fine.
I take my Bowie knife and like cut through it and see to make sure I don't get cut by anything?
Okay, so you're cutting through the wire?
Yeah, unless
I'll,
Barlow wants to like collect it or something.
I'll follow Borrowed upstairs.
Okay. Maruni. Yeah. What are you doing in the bathroom? You're just tearing up the floor?
I'm
smashing
looking for
it?
any obvious way to open it, and if not, making my own.
Okay, so it's mostly like tile, so you'd have to smash through a tile.
Can I make a perception roll of
Okay.
the bathroom?
You know,
Yeah.
look for like a trap door or something, some way to reset these, because obviously these had to be placed here from the beginning. So, nope.
Cool.
You see, kids, this is
Yeah.
why you put all your points in perception, but then your DM
God.
kills you because it's fucking Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah, but then you see things you shouldn't see. Well, Master Link actually, unfortunately, this is exactly that case, Borrowed. He's just going to take. Go ahead and roll a d12 for me, Master Link.
D12.
Mm-hmm. Okay. He takes 8 points of stress damage as he notices that the rain is still pouring heavily, but when he looks outside, it's not. Unfortunately, you don't manage to see any sort of mechanism from this side that could have done it. Upon pulling up chunks of the floor, you can start seeing where someone would have set up such a design.
So, like, there's like I guess you would say like a bobbin or something that held the cabling. That's just what was holding these knives up.
Yeah, and there was only cabling again on the 6 or 7. The rest seemed to have been designed just to drop, and only a few designed to come back up.
Which ones came back up? Were they like in specific spots of the room, or
They were spread out, so it looked like it covered a fair amount of the, like, you know what I mean? So they weren't.
was
all,
there
like,
one
together.
directly above the lever?
Yes, there was.
Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do with the lever. You're just supposed to go clack clack. So on the one that doesn't come down and hit you in the fucking face.
You guys handle that pretty well.
Okay, well, tell you what I'm doing. I'm just taking those fucking bobbins with the wiring on it.
Okay, cool. So you
That's
grab
mine
those.
now.
Yeah, put that in your palquetto.
Yep, one of the like 18 million pockets I have. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of having a purse.
Yes, none of you have seen my list of shit I have on me.
It is quite a bit, yeah.
Does that affect his running speed?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like an extra 100 pounds of shit. And actually, if I stay in the room, I
As
would
he's
have
moving,
fine.
you just hear like the jangle and shaking of large metallic objects and little ones just mingled together.
That's exactly why when he walked in the general store and he was
Negative.
looking at shit, the guy was like, It's gonna stare this man down.
Negative modifiers to stealth.
Yeah, it's, well, yeah.
I don't have very good stealth to begin with, so
Laps, so what do I see?
Where are you looking, sorry?
I'm at the inn.
Oh, right,
around
you're at the
inn.
tavern. So you've been waiting around there for about an hour now, and, I mean, you've been looking, for about an hour now. You don't see any sign that people were staking you out last night, but you do notice a few guys look a little bit questionable, show up, and almost start casing the joint now.
Hmm.
You don't recognize any of them.
And they just pacing around the tavern.
Yeah, they're like staking it out now that you've
Hmm.
sort of been there for a while.
Well, I decided to return to the mansion and to raise awareness to the fellow.
Okay. So are you going in the
Hello.
front door? Then you're
yeah,
just gonna
yeah,
just, like, start looking for them, or are you gonna shout for them? What's your plan for finding them?
kick open the front door. Honey, I'm home.
Because you don't know where in the mansion they are.
I'm just walking inside the front door.
Oh, okay. You're just sort of, are you yelling out for them, or are you just going door to door?
No, I'm just going just going to the first room and go to the dining room. Hopefully, they see anybody.
Okay. So everyone who is downstairs, that's going to be Herpy, Rudy, and Zelphus.
Mhm.
You hear a door shutting on the far end of the dining room.
Oh man, Resident Evil 1 flashbacks continue.
Hmm.
Brains.
No. Chris, go check that out. You got it, Wesker.
Are you gonna send Herpy to go check that out? He's got a gun, a big old
I have
shotgun.
a gun too.
Yeah.
You're almost a Jill sandwich.
No, that's on the second floor on the east wing.
You, the
The
master.
This-
of
the
ceiling did funky shit here, though.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah.
I'll tell the guys I'll go check it out.
Good
So-
man, Rudy.
As you open the door to the, dining room, you basically pull your gun on Origami's character.
I'm
Origami's
stun
character now has to roll for wiping.
Save the world, but shit my pants. I'll never recover.
What's this about? As I just reached into my pocket.
Oh shit.
Well, since I would know who you are, and I can't remember your character's name, I go, God damn it, whatever your name is here.
Lillian.
Lily.
God
or
damn it,
Archer.
you stupid bitch!
Or Archer, as I would properly say my name.
Miss Archer, presumably.
No, just call me
God
Archer.
damn it, Mr. Archer.
Just call me
As I'm
Archer.
putting my gun away. Sorry about that. And I would fill him in, and what the hell just happened in the other room? So,
We found a body.
and a bunch of blades just fell from the sky, and yeah, some of them came back up. Tried to.
I be stunned and shocked. I still keep my hand in my jacket pocket just in case.
He's not actually holding a revolver. He's just making a finger gun and pointing it out. So it makes it
Bang, bang.
Yeah.
So I asked
you're
what.
dead, next pin.
So I asked what the rest of the group is.
I'm sure you'd be hearing me taking apart the ceiling up top.
Yeah, you can hear clack, 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 clack. Yeah. So are you just
Intermingled with feminine profanity?
so are you just gonna go all the way through, Bard, and just keep tearing the whole floor up?
I mean, if that entire room was full of bullshit, this entire room is probably full of more bullshit. So yes.
Okay, you're making a huge mess downstairs. Then, some of this debris is falling down the staircase.
How
You
how
son
big of
bitch.
how big of a hole were these knives coming out of? Like, I'm just taking off my side of the floor. You got the ceiling and the floor above it. Like,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure. Like, I thought you were going the whole way through.
no, I'm not like putting
Oh,
my
okay.
sledgehammer through. I just mean like I'm clearing from one side of the bathroom to the other side of the bathroom. Just
Okay.
there's not going to be any tiling left.
Yeah, there's no tiling. You've made sure that none of these blades are set still.
Yeah, in fact,
So,
everything's decommissioned.
Yeah.
It's mine.
I informed the rest of the group that other beings there's another person at play that
Other beans and
Yeah.
tacos.
that basically the magician was deep in debt, and there was a mafia damn, I forgot his name, that is basically he's in debt too, so we might be in
Oh,
trouble when we're going back to
Camisano.
the end.
Sorry.
Yeah, Camisano, and we might be in
Kimasabi?
trouble going back to the end. We might have trouble yeah.
And you're gonna
Yep, and
mention well, you already told them that they came here, and yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I mentioned that too.
Yeah.
So, Ralph, you said there was 7 of these knives, so that's 7 spools of wire?
Yes.
Okay. How long are these spools? Like, just like 10 foot of wire?
10 feet. Yeah, I
20
was gonna
foot?
say like 10 feet.
Okay.
Ooh.
Did I find anything else to taking apart the floor, or is it just this mechanism?
It's just that, yeah.
You know, while I'm in here, something that none of us did yesterday. It's raining outside, magically.
But it's not raining outside, though.
Yeah, but it was raining. Like, it started raining the moment I opened the door yesterday and all that.
That's true, yeah.
I'm gonna check the water pressure of, like, the sink in the bathroom here.
Oh, okay.
Because, like, if the pressure's really low, maybe they got sprinklers on the roof.
That's funny you mentioned that. All right. I'm gonna say yes, it is really.
Just yell down through one of the holes. I found out why it's raining.
Why?
Sprinklers.
Well, turn them off.
They're on the fucking roof. You go turn them off.
There's not like a lever or some sort of, I don't know, valve.
Not from the bathroom, at least. We have to find the water tank.
I Can
I
go
don't
to-
suppose you would be able to break out more of the wall and find out.
Give me a second. Sound of sledgehammers.
While you do that, I'm gonna head to the atrium.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, that's a good idea, though, because, I mean, if there's already plumbing going to the bathroom here, so sure, just, like, start looking for water pipes going up the wall.
Okay. So you're heading for the
Yes.
atrium looking for water pipes?
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm still in the bathroom.
No,
Okay.
I know, but I
Like,
will.
I've already taken apart the floor, so I know where all the piping's going for, like, the tubs and stuff, so if I see a pipe that goes to the wall and then goes up, then I'm going to follow that pipe.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, Borrowed, you managed to determine actually the water has been turned like down manually to the bathroom. Whereas Michael manages to find out that there's a fair amount of water. Like the water is still on fully for the atrium, though.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's strange.
Well,
Lobster, can I
Um,
check the roof? That probably has like a roof hatch. That
yeah, there's a
toilet is-
third floor if you want to head up that way.
Mm.
Sarah, the water in the atrium is working just fine. I'm not sure what's going on in here.
then the atrium's bullshit.
Well, I will remind you guys, the well was quite low.
But
Throw Timmy down the well.
but there has to be some reasoning for this. So there has to be a pump or something somewhere on the premise that's getting the water up here.
Well, yeah, as a boy who grew up with a pump and a well, I can tell you though, when your well gets low, you want to conserve water because eventually you run out.
Herbie switching over to text, just to let you know, Rob.
Oh, okay, and you are in the middle of May,
But-
so it's middle of summer.
Yeah, but that's also under the assumption that that well is the primary source of water for the residents, not
Oh yeah,
like
no, I'm
they-
just putting out a possibility here, a mundane one.
Lobster, can I taste the water? Make sure it's not salty.
Oh, okay.
Salty.
this water
There,
tastes
there
like
are
dead
other
people.
concerns about this.
This water tastes real good. No,
Oh, it tastes like medication.
This water tastes like lead pipe.
I will say the water tastes odd. Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Maybe not great. But you're heading up to the third floor, Origami?
Yep.
When you come up to the third floor, first room here of the third floor is filled with just old boxes of... It's all paraphernalia and, you know, books and biographies and stuff like that. All signed, mind you. For our good friend, Ignacy Nowakowski.
It was with his signature.
Yeah.
I take one of the letters and put it somewhere that won't get wet.
Okay. And then there's a boarded up door on the far side of the room that you can see.
So what would you call room 16? Storage or
Yeah, room 16 it's kind of like, you know, if you just have a small attic and you just throw all your Christmas trees and crap up there.
okay.
It's not sure what it was used for originally, but it seems like, you know, Paul Allen used it for, like, just hauled all the old stuff up. Probably stuff that was laying around because, again, the Nowakowskis used to live here, and he was a fan, so probably put it all up there and just never got to, like, sorting it properly or something.
Can I try to take the boards out manually?
Yep, the boards actually crack easily. It looks like they're probably many years old. So you rip them off, they just feel like rotted and not great. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you pull them off, and entering 17, this room is completely clear. There's just like the odd like knick-knack or like vase or whatever, a chair.
Is there dust settled?
Yeah, it's super like it looks like no one's been in here in like 10 plus years.
Is there anything that is like that had like less dust? Like there was like something there, but wasn't, or like removed, but still it's dusty.
An impression.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
Mm.
I will say though, there is a huge trail of some sort of a stain heading out towards where the balcony is.
I opened it. I opened the last door. Well, I opened the next door, I should say.
Okay, you come out to the balcony. The stain continues for a bit, and there's a broken part of the balcony railing. It's all stone, but there is a broken part. The stain goes up to that, and perception check.
Ooh, there you go. Ooh,
Oh,
nothing.
No dice. So that's obviously just a stain going up to it, and that this part of the railing is broken. And below you, you can see a bit of a drop. Obviously, as you are on the third
Who
floor.
is leaving and joining?
Herbie.
Oh, I have those noises turned off, so I don't hear it. Sorry.
Yeah, it's just he keeps popping in and popping out, and it's kind of distracting. So
Mhm.
sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead and give me a take cover there roll, Liliana. Or Lillian, sorry. I swear you wrote Liliana.
Too much Dragon Age, bro.
He did.
Permeated your
Oh,
mind.
okay, he did. Okay.
Oh wow.
I'm not
pronouncing
Liliana.
differently.
Oh no, it's fine. Like you can say Lillian. That's
Oh,
like it's fine. Like I need to say Lillian. It's just I look at the sheet, I see the A, and I'm sorry. Either way, yeah, you failed it.
I failed
You
it.
feel a force behind you. You hear, yeah, like just some real massive deranged presence sort of shove you heavily, and you get like a flash. Give me a POW times 5, sorry, but like whatever your power is, one of those rolls.
Same as Sam.
No, oh yeah, same as sand, yeah, so 40.
Wait, so roll what?
Roll your power for me real quick, just so I can.
Okay.
So
No.
you don't know exactly what happened. You don't really sense much, but what does happen is there's this deranged, terrifying feeling of a figure behind you. It pushes you. You flip over the railing. You're falling. Unfortunately, you didn't manage to catch it, and you hear in your ears like a woman screaming. And that's all you remember before you're unconscious because you just smashed your head on, thankfully, the grass. But I mean, it was a bit of a fall. So you are unconscious. Go ahead and roll d6 plus 2 for me.
He's dead.
Not likely.
Oh.
He lives.
Wow.
I mean, how much health does Lillian have?
Oh, I'm
13.
tanky
You're
as
fine.
fuck.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not too worried then.
So I'm basically just coughing, so my lungs could get air
Yeah.
back into them because
You're slightly worried that a rib got cracked somewhere in that, but I mean, for the most part, you were just like heavily like stunned, and your body's really feeling like shit. So I'll update your position. By the way, you're back down here. Enjoy your trip. Found a shortcut, guys. Jump off the roof.
Have a
the
nice
house
trip.
is
See you next
the house
fall.
is never on fire. That is a way to get away from the fire.
Does he make a loud noise for my character's office to
I
hear him?
mean, you're in
you
the
hear a
house.
scream?
You hear a sickening outside.
Well, it's hard to hear origami when the whole time you're hearing is someone
Bam,
smashing
bam, bam.
through
That is true.
the walls upstairs.
What's up? Their fault for just sitting in the knife room while I'm doing that.
Yeah, they're just
can I barely like take my revolver and just shoot in the air?
Why?
just to get everyone's attention.
Yeah, 'cause
How to bring the
literally-
police and the gangsters out in one easy step.
Well, you do hear a shot ring out from the front door. I assume some of you are curious.
I am.
All right, so
Yes, I would be too.
you guys run out there and see Lillian just like coughing up, laying on the ground, holding a
Basically.
revolver in the air, and it's smoking.
The hell did you do?
I have questions.
I'm just
His is a good one, but my 2nd
I'm-
one is, what are you shooting at? And 2, I step back under the portico just to make sure
I-
nothing. Just in case that comes back down in the next few minutes, I don't want to be hit with it.
I drop my revolver and just usher them towards me, like to help me up.
I stay under the awning.
I stay. Explain.
I'm a lady, damn it! Pick me
You also
up.
just shot a gun into the air straight up from where you're laying. I really don't feel safe walking near you right now.
I just asked what the hell happened.
I just
How did
cough
you
up,
get out here?
pushed
Who pushed you?
up. I'm just gesturing my finger up on the balcony.
Who pushed you? Jesus!
I very carefully look out from around the brim of the porch just to kind of see what she's pointing at. All right, so someone pushed you from the balcony, I'm assuming, up there?
I,
Are there like gangly arms hanging off the side of the balcony?
No.
That'd be fun.
literally the air's off of it, trying to regain air. And it's like,
Now, one thing you are going to notice, Lillian, is as you're laying there and you're coughing, you're sputting, and you're trying to explain to these guys like, that you were pushed off this balcony, you can't feel your pulse.
trying to black out then,
You black out?
I guess.
Oh, it's up to you.
Well, I mean, if he doesn't have a pulse, then he's
He doesn't-
currently dead.
He doesn't feel his pulse.
Then he's currently dead.
He's not dead. I can tell you that much.
No, I'm not dead. It's just, well, I am hallucin. I do have hallucinogenics running in my veins, so I probably believe that I'm dead. So
You,
I
sir, you're a
pass
hero,
out.
and madam, you must have heroin running in your veins.
I'm dead, guys.
So-
No, Lillian, you're just high.
So
Shake
basically,
it
if I
off.
feel no pulse, I'll believe that I'm dead. So I just pass out.
Oh, I must be dead. Woo, I'm a ghost.
Oh, that's some character development right there.
All right. Well,
He's gone full zombie in less than an hour.
he's unconscious.
Just
Somebody
curious.
gonna go get the medic.
I'll
I'll
go get.
back and. Fine, I'll stand here with the body.
Here, let's do this. You go
With the-
upstairs, go get the medic. I just carefully kind of carry her.
Just be
into-
careful if you hear or a thunk into something
Yep.
nearby.
Thunk. Lillian falls back over. Oh,
It's just like when you revive a party member and they do some stupid shit and they're, he's down again.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
battlefield. Okay, you revived. Oh, sniper.
Dude,
All right,
don't
so I
pick me up.
return
Don't
to the
pick me
hospital
up.
Looking for the medic.
Okay, so Borod's the medic, correct?
Yes.
All right. So you alert Borod to the fact that Lillian is unconscious and stunned and all manner of things, and also fired off a gunshot.
Which I compensate the gun.
Oh, smart. Okay.
You mean
Big
confiscate?
I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
Big as
Making
most
sure,
people
because
around
otherwise
me.
he's like sitting there like fiddling with it, putting a barrel extension on. Okay, your gun is no compensated.
Thank you.
All right, so Borod, you
Yes.
run down. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, I guess just like throw my sledgehammer on the ground, go back downstairs, like goddamn fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I'll follow you downstairs too.
I guess. Oh,
To see what's
I leave
on
you
the
children alone for 5 minutes.
All right,
Even
well,
though I'm like the youngest one in the party.
the two
Shut
of
up,
you,
I'm older than you.
Yo, what happened?
So supposedly she has pushed out from the balcony on the 3rd floor, and
Has
Yeah,
anybody checked
she
the
fired
balcony
again.
yet?
I have not because I was trying to make sure that nothing happened to the body.
Is it a body that I come down here for nothing?
she's
Well-
unconscious, and
I'm not a medical professional, so she did pass out. Could be dead. Not too sure.
Well, I mean, like, if they were Italian, I could say that they passed away, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, great. We have a pun doctor.
Better than a mixed doctor.
yeah. All right, give me a
There.
first aid there, Borod. I thought you had first aid.
I do. Let's
Okay.
bring back up the dice roll. Hey!
Oh, Jesus!
wow.
Yes, Jesus.
Well, I mean, my stethoscope isn't picking up a pulse here,
Yeah,
so I mean,
exactly.
Maybe you should withdraw it from the rectum.
Yeah, well,
well, I don't know. I'm not getting a pulse, so I think we should go get a shovel.
Lillian still doesn't have a pulse. Yeah, definitely. All right.
Well, since I don't have to be out here, I'm going to go check the balcony and see what that was all about.
You fucker.
What?
Lillian, you can come too in a little bit.
It
Yeah,
fits
I'm-
my character. Shut up.
All right, so what are you
You're
looking
really
at on the
good.
balcony?
Well, I'm trying to find evidence of like whom or what happened to make one of our party members get thrown off the balcony, or possibly, as the cynical side of my character will note, probably slipped.
Okay.
Or
Give
threw
me
themselves
a
off.
perception check.
Didn't seem suicidal, otherwise I would probably check that. Made it.
Can I use my psychology?
Oh, to see if Lillian's like unstable enough to try and kill herself?
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, like, is Lily unconscious, or is he just yelling at her, "Admit it"?
No, he's like, thinking about,
Psychologically
I've
interrogating
known
a
this
corpse.
woman for 2 days. Would I consider her batshit suicidal? Perhaps. Go ahead and get in.
Master links ruffle through my items.
Yeah.
See a suicide note.
Suicide note, heroin overdose. Yeah.
Alright, well, I
oh,
got
yeah.
60 plus 20.
Lillian definitely seems unhinged enough to have jumped off. Although, I don't know, Origami. This is up to you, right? With Lily, like, I don't think Lillian would sort of willingly commit suicide, but I mean, like, I think potentially you'd be messed up enough if you were like really
Oh,
under
if I'm
the
really
influence.
dosed up,
Yeah.
yes. If I was really dosed up, some shit would happen.
So, but you don't think she's suicidal so much as, if she was, high enough that she may have made a mistake or let her terrors get the better of her and jumped off.
She may have been frightened by her own hallucinations. We can
Saw
try
her
to
out
factor
shadow
that
on the
in.
floor. It's like, oh fuck.
Yeah, exactly. But Zelphus, you managed to find there are fingernail scratches on the broken parts of the railing, as if someone had been trying to hold on to it.
All right.
Those
So
are
yeah,
some damn
someone-
strong fingernails. That's
Yeah.
real.
Well, I mean, it's not pretty, but yes, nails can scratch stone. It's
right before they rip out of the
exactly,
finger themselves.
yeah. It's not a good image, but someone
Get
could
out of
if
here,
they were
mosquito.
desperate. Can I get some
So-
help? Is that what you said?
No, this is a big ass mosquito.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's one of those male mosquitoes. I
The
guess.
rest of the room has nothing in it.
No, can't find anything else really.
What about the stain?
Perhaps
Oh.
I should.
Would you know what the stain would be?
Hello.
I don't know. Would you know what the stain would be? I guess if you tidy things up, it looks like it probably could be blood.
And it's located directly adjacent to the railing, or
It goes up to it, yeah.
It comes from the middle of room 17 up to the balcony, and then
all right. Well, I'm going to turn around and walk back down and tell them that possibly she was pushed. All right. Well, I
back
found.
down, he says, from when
Sorry.
he comes from outside the front door. Did you jump?
It seemed like the quickest way to reenact the scene. No, but sorry. Here, let's make this more accurate. I have to go up to the second floor. While I teleport. Hold on. The balcony would be outside of room, what, 18?
18.
No.
18 is the balcony.
18 is the balcony, so that's the third floor, yeah.
All right, so then we scroll all the way back there. Bam.
Damn.
Teleport like Raiden, just a little glowy light, then I fall through the floor.
Right?
No.
No.
No, yeah. A challenge. Oh man,
Well,
good times.
Someone did try to throw her. Her nails, she hung on so tightly that she actually gouged into the stone with her fingernails.
Her nails look fine.
They do.
Like they're all still there. Those ain't her nails.
That's very astute of you, Borrowed.
Hmm.
The guy who doesn't hear my
And-
pulse also sees my
Hey, you
nails
didn't
are
hear
fine.
your own damn pulse, and it's stuck literally inside of you. So
That's true, yeah.
Although I am above the influence. Or under the influence.
I'm above the influence.
I have a my child is a dare kid. They don't use drugs.
You've been hanging out with Father Roger too much.
It certainly seems like it.
All right. Well, what do you say though? Everyone's getting a little bit tired and whatnot. So we call her here, and tomorrow we can pack up, or maybe not tomorrow. Sorry, Wednesday, whenever it was. If everyone's still good for it, we could sort of hopefully finish this off because I think we're nearing a close, at least of chapter 1. Does that sound all right for you guys?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So what I would like to propose, though, here's a little fun thing that I used to like to do many, many, many years ago, which is a sort of, communal vote. We have 5 of
You
us
are the
here,
weakest link.
Herpy on occasion, yeah. But I'd like to pose a vote, and everyone picks the person, or you could do like a character, whichever. But you know what I mean. We're voting on the person that we think today did a really good job, and whether that means like you think they role played a certain scene well, or whether that means you think they had a lot of good advice or something to input. But it just helps us build not so much to say like everyone else is shit, But it's just kind of a good idea to be like everyone sort of recognizing that, hey, we're working together to build a narrative and we're all doing a great job. So I would just like to know, like, hear some nominations for someone that did that today.
I would like to say Rudy because he was able to talk to the librarian man.
I totally agree. That was huge because Rudy normally has trouble with like the talking part. So yeah, that was definitely a huge one.
I'd like to nominate anybody except for myself because I was gone for like half the session.
No, you're only gone for like half hour maybe or 20 minutes, I think. But
Yeah, but I mean, like you guys are doing some real important shit while I was gone.
Okay. Does anyone else have another nomination? Not really.
Well, actually, I was thinking Rudy.
Yeah, no, I'm totally down with that. I was just
Although second part would be borrowed, like destroying a quarter of the house, just going through and tearing out the
yeah,
entire structure.
and that's fine. Like that was a fun thing. That was a really cool image. Yeah, so there you go.
Could you just imagine if he actually went through with it? Like he's literally deconstructing the entire house.
Yeah, and I mean,
Well, I mean, if any more spooky shit happens, that might be the next step.
I mean, a little lady destroying a house. More likely than
A
you
little
think.
lady with a big ass sledgehammer. Yes.
Cool. So, what is a skill that Rudy used today? Think of something.
Perception.
Everyone used perception.
Conversation.
Definitely use that. So yeah, Rudy, if you want, you can put a single point into either perception or persuade. It's up to you. But yeah. Good job though, guys. We did pretty good today. We're getting far. Does anyone have any guesstimations as to what's going on, or sort of out of character?
Cult.
Okay, cool.
I don't want to say that just yet. I'm more kind of reserved on the point. I don't know.
I'm quite curious as to why. I mean, I know my reasonings for knowing, but I'm curious as to why. I'm quite curious as to why Borrowed was so sure that Origami's character did not scratch the stonework.
Because I'm busy trying to see if they're dead or not, and one of the easier places to check for a pulse, aside from the neck, would be the wrist. So you'd have their hand in your hand.
And
if they still have all their
I think
fingernails,
I would have mentioned that to you, yeah.
You would assume.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. I thought you made another assumption.
I'm surprised no one like rifled through my stuff besides really taking my gun.
Yeah, I mean, people have a little bit more respect for the dead.
Respecting the dead? What am I, Christian?
Well, one reason I took your gun is, one, you dropped it. Two, I'm not just going to leave a gun lay in the grass.
And you did fire it for no reason. I mean, you're getting attention, but, yeah.
Yelling works too, but endangering the lives of some random person nearby when gravity pulls that back to the earth, it's totally fine.
Yelling when I have no air in my lungs.
That's fair, yeah.
You didn't know that at the time. Did you even try? No.
Have you tried sucking?
Whoa! Whoa! You're not allowed to say that to a young lady.
Hey, another young lady can say whatever they want.
Alright, well, good job though, guys. I'm gonna go AFK for, a while, maybe forever. We'll see. But,
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Later, dude.
Bye.